Hello, hello, hello. I've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to sort out my sound. So if someone can tell me that you can hear me okay, that would be great. I would really appreciate that. There's a good chance, Margaret, that Freya will be with us tonight. She's here. She and Crumpet are playing over on the other side of the room at the moment. So there's a good chance. Can you hear me okay? I'm waiting for someone to tell me. All good, Barbara. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So how was everyone's week? It's the last week of February. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? What a quick month it is. I guess it is the shortest month of the year, but it didn't even feel like it arrived and then it's gone. So tomorrow is the last day of the month. That's great. Thank you so much, you girls. Um, Friday is today's the 27th. So tomorrow is the last day of the month, the 28th of February. And that is the last day, if you're interested, to get in on the joining offer, which we'll go over a bit of that tonight because I'm gonna play with the stamp positioner tonight, which is the free item that is free when you purchase the kit right now. So we'll be doing that. It is also the last day of the bonus days redemption. So if you place an order in January over $90, that means you would have qualified for bonus days vouchers, and those have to be redeemed by tomorrow. The last day to get them is tomorrow. Whether you're a demonstrator or you're a customer, it is exactly the same. It doesn't change. It's the last day tomorrow. And I'm just thinking, is there anything else that's ending? Our Painted Illusions paper is still available at the time I'm recording this, or it was. Oh, I haven't checked this afternoon, but it was earlier. and and so I've been playing around with that all month, and we've had a lot of fun with it. It's beautiful. What I've got left now, I have promised to somebody, and I've got a few random little pieces here that we could use tonight if we want to, but it's getting to the end of the time because the March product of the month is about to start, right, guys? And it actually has been sneak peeked to demonstrators. So those of you who are in my private VIP group, and I'll put the name of that up. If you're on Facebook and you're in Australia, you can join my private VIP group, and this is it. If you search this, Linda Dolke's private Stampin' VIP group, that will get you into the group. You just need to answer a couple of questions and then submit your request to join, and I will approve it as long as you're in Australia. If you're in Australia, then you're welcome to join the group. If you're not, I have a great Facebook page, Linda Dolke's Stampin' Up. I think is it. Hang on, let me double check what that page is called because I want to give you the right name for that one as well. Let's see. It's called Linda Dolke Papercraft in Australia. That's what that one is, and anyone can join that one. Okay, so they are for different things. The VIP group is more local and more in tune with what promotions are going on here in Australia or promotions I might personally run, which I will have some coming up. So stay tuned for those. All right, guys. Okay, let me take that banner down. We want to hide that. There we go. And I can hear cats running up and down the hallway. So I don't know if they're going to leave us alone or if they're not. We'll see. Any questions about anything I've just said? Because I know it's a lot. You had to feed the dog, Cherie. Nice to see you. Hey, Katrina. Hi, Leslie. Hello, Margaret and Susie. Hello, Lorraine. Katrina is here. I think I said Katrina already. And just looking through all the names, we have lots of folk here tonight. And I know I'm not going to have time to say everyone's name. So I'm sorry about that. But please know that I love you all very much. And I'm very, very glad that you're here to have a fun, crafty night with me. You might have seen, some of you may have seen, I noticed Cherie noticed, I've changed my thumbnails. So I'm working on making them a little bit more uh, a little bit more recognizable rather than text that's too small and things that people aren't interested in. I'm trying to make them more relevant. So I did one on Technique Tuesday, and I didn't even put up a picture of the card because I was going to go back later and add that. And yet that Technique Tuesday has been one of the most, that one's gone over 1,000 views as it yesterday, I think. So that's very, very good for me. I don't very often have them go over 1,000, but every now and then they do. And so that's awesome. Really, really good. Katrina, you're playing with new stuff. Capturing smiles and the cutest crew stamps and die. I know they're really nice, aren't they? Those are really, really cute. Yeah, I know, Cherie. I know. It's very, very cool. So the one I did yesterday for craft along, and we'll talk about craft along. Actually, let me do that first before we start crafting, and I won't take long. But this is what we did yesterday. We made this card, all right, which was I try and do a like a special card each month at our craft along event, and it's like an online class, and you can follow along and craft with me, or you can just play in the comments or whatever you want to do. But this slides off and then it opens up like this, like that. See that? It's a really nice card. I use the Lovely Blossom Suite to do it. Actually, not hard. There's a lot of pieces to it, but it's not a difficult card. But I was basing mine on Jay Soriano's winged gatefold card, which is what this is called, a winged gatefold card. And then I added a belly band and did it in some new product. So these turned out really nice. And then there's a secondary one as well using this Splash of Sparkles paper, which is very, very similar. So once again, I've got a belly band, which slides off and then you open the card up and it's got that lovely specialty paper. So it's got like gold. Can you see the gold shine on it? I love this paper. I think it's been not very well represented. I think if more people knew about it, it would probably do a lot better. But I think it hasn't been very well shown. Um, so if you haven't seen it, maybe we should use that tonight. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'm feeling inspired to use that paper. Would you like to use that paper tonight? We can. You have that DSP, Leslie. I know it's beautiful. I love all the specialty papers because the reason they're called specialty papers is because guess why? There's something special about them. So those are absolutely fantastic. And I like using them wherever I can. So I'm going to switch over to the desk, and then we're going to look and see what we're going to create tonight. Because as it says on my thumbnail, what will we make? I thought about calling it. Initially, I was thinking about calling it mystery 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 card making night or something like that. And then I remembered that Sharon Armstrong over in the US has she has mystery stamping, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to sort of go too closely with what she's doing, and that I want to differentiate myself, right? So I wanted something different. And I thought, well, the name of my blog, oh, sorry about the cats. Um, the name of my blog is Look What I Made. So I'm thinking, well, what will I make? That's kind of in line with the blog name. So that's why I chose that. So how does that sound? You love that DSP. I know it's very, very happy paper. The one that I made, my favorite card I made with it so far is this one, which is I did this a few weeks ago. Can you see the gold shining through? I love this card. I think it's a really nice card to. We could make that card sometime too. But tonight I'm going to play with some new products as well. You had a mystery stamping yesterday. That's nice, Sheila. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I thought. Look what I made. And every Friday night is always a mystery because we don't know based on a sketch or based on a case of a card in the catalog, which is what we did last week, we don't know what we're going to make. I never know either. So the question is valid. What will we make? Who knows? Let's find out. Let's switch over to the desk and find out. So sorry, Freya and Crumpet are out in the hallway doing who knows what. I don't know. All right, so I've got a piece of basic white card, and we're going to start by folding that. And then we're going to go looking at the catalogue to see what case we want to do. And I nearly picked something from the mini catalogue, and then I thought maybe I should pick something from the annual catalogue, but I need your help. I want you guys to help me. All right, so let's pick a layout that we like. I'm just going to turn to any page. There's cards on almost every single page, or banners, or, this is a gift. There's all sorts of things, right? So this scrapbooking layout. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, there's some nice ideas here. These are made with punches. And I do have this modern labels punch, and that's a really cool idea. So I can see that they have stamped, okay, on these pieces like tone on tone. So petal pink ink on petal pink cardstock. They've punched out. So you could do this as a one sheet wonder as well. Do all your stamping first and then use your punch to punch it out. And I like that idea. What do we think? Do we like this one? Do I want to know what they're up to? No, I don't. I just know that they're running around like mad things. So Crumpet's never had this much fun, I don't think. I mean, he and Mello do play, but Freya, I just said to Paul tonight, Freya is way naughtier than I think Crumpet ever was. So yeah, there's a million naughty stories. I won't stop too long or we'll end up doing nothing else. Now let's think, what color would we like to work with tonight? My favorite color is Pool Party, and that would work really, really well for this. So do we like that idea? Do we like Pool Party, or do you want to go with a different color? I know, it looks good behind the rainbow, doesn't it, Siobhan? Yeah, Roz said she likes that card too. That sounds really good. All right. Katrina said go for it. And I'm wondering what color we should pick. Maybe we should pick an outgoing in color. And I would think either Pretty in Pink or Peach Pie would be very good colors for this. So I'm going to get you guys, I'm going to pull them out, and then I'm going to get you guys to tell me which one you think would look best. Do we want Peach Pie or Pretty in Pink? And I'm going to turn the light on so we can see what we're doing better. Oh, goodness me, that's better. Much better. I'll keep this handy so I can see how I want to use it. And I'll get my modern label punch out too. So that's this one. Oh, okay, we have. Marilyn said, oh, and somebody said, Margaret said, yes, Pool Party. Sorry, Margaret, I've moved on from Pool Party, even though that's my favorite. I love all those blue greens. So, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, those colors, they speak to me. Coastal Cabana, nice. All right, then Leslie said Pretty in Pink and Peach Pies for Marilyn. A catty Sunday night to discuss catalogs and felines. That's a really cool idea, Cherie. We must discuss that further. That's actually a very, very cool idea. Pink says Glenda. Pink says Katrina. Peach says Moira. Pink. I think we have, it's very even because then we get a bunch of peach. Lorraine and Cherie and Roz all said peach. Looks like I might be tossing a coin on this one. Let me go back and see who voted first. I am going to see who the first person was. Leslie was first with Pretty in Pink. Okay, Pretty in Pink it is. Pretty in Pink it is. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to go back to the first comment because it was too close to call. All right, so I'm going to do a front panel. This will be 14.3 by 10, and that'll be my card front piece. So let's pop that right there. Okay, and then we're going to be using, I'm going to use this other half and I'm going to do some stamping. And the question will be, what stamping shall we do? Now, the one that is here, actually, I just had a really good idea. Okay, so this here has like little tiny weenie stamps all over it. Okay, it could be DSP, but I don't think so. I think it's a stamp. Don't know which one because I haven't looked up the recipe for it because I literally just opened my catalog and picked this right now. So, so we have lots of different stamps, and I'm thinking something that maybe is a little bit solid, but I should be able to do some random stamping with. So I'm looking at my collection to see, do we have anything new? What's something that we could do? Because I'd love to give you guys some sneak peeks. That would be fun. I'm going through, we could do hearts, but Valentine's is over now, so maybe no hearts. I'm looking. I could do like some random stamping with leaves, like Greenery Lane. That could work nicely. Actually, this might be really nice. Let's do some leaves. What do you think? Oh, never worry about being late, Krista. We don't do late round here. This is just arrive when you can and just have fun. We don't care about late. All right. So I'm wondering if maybe I should have some big leaves, and then if we have space, we'll add some small ones. So let's see. This will cover a lot more ground than very tiny stamps, unless we use the background stamp, but I am actually going to use a background stamp later. This is actually the first time I've used this particular stamp. Is this going to be big enough, or will I need, oh no, I will just fit that on there perfectly, actually. So that's block D, okay, and it fits quite nicely. And Miss Freya, what are you doing here? Goodness me. You can hear her rustling around on the ground. She's found a piece of plastic, because there's always pieces of plastic here. All right, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to cover this, and then we are going to, and I might even, might not need to use a smaller stamp at all, but we'll see. So does everyone know what I mean when I talk about a one sheet wonder? A one sheet wonder is when you have a whole sheet that you've covered in stamping or whatever you've done, and then you use it, cut it up however you like. Well, in this case, we're going to use a punch, but it's kind of like a one sheet wonder. I've done one sheet wonders a couple of times on a Technique Tuesday, and I've shown how to do them like with 6x6 pieces or 12x12 pieces. There's different ways you can do one sheet wonders. Let's turn this one around that way. This is quite pretty, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that, nice. And a bit over here to cover that bit. I think that's just about it. We've covered most of it. Doesn't the pink look nice on the background? The pink on the pink. I like that. Okay, so I've got my base piece here, and then I'm going to get my modern label punch, which is the one they used, although we could use any shape we like. I tell you what would also be really nice. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my own. I'm not going to use the modern label. I think I want to use, if I can find it, the heartfelt hexagon. Do I have that still? Maybe I don't have that. Oh, no, here it is. And that one might be really nice to, like, we could almost use it like a tile. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, this one they use modern label and they change the direction of them, and that looks kind of cool. Or if I do this one, I can tile them. It is a really pretty color pink, and this is an outgoing color, which means this is an in color that will be going away this year. So every now and then they bring a color back. Pretty in Pink has actually come back. This is the second time we've had Pretty in Pink. Okay, it's not the first. It's not its first rodeo or however you say it. This is returning in color. Will it be part of the next color refresh? We don't know. It could be, but we have no way of knowing. Okay, so did you? There you go. All right, so I'm thinking about going with this one, and then if we wanted to, we could go back and use the modern label, but I'm going to try this, and let's just see how this goes. And I'm probably going to need, I'm wondering how many I'm going to need. Probably about 5. They've used 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. There she goes. Miss Freya. What are you doing? All right. And look at this one here. All right. So let's start with those. That's 5. And if I need another one, I can always add it in. So I'm going to kind of follow the layout. They've got one here at the top, and then they've got another one. But because these have like straight sides, you can kind of tile them. I think I might need more than this. Now they've also done different directions. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep mine the same direction. And do I want to tile it like that? Do I want to move them around a little bit? How does that look? And then I'm going to chop this off and I could put that up the top. So I'm going to put them on dimensionals because I think that might look good. And I'm wondering if also it would look good if I do the edges. I think maybe it would. So let's do the edges as well. Oh, does it? I didn't know that, Nicole. I'd love to see them. Have you got an example? Or can you send me a picture of what you're talking about? Because I haven't seen that. Or maybe I could look it up rather than making you do that bit of work. Sorry about that. I probably should look it up myself, shouldn't I? You haven't got many punches. I actually, believe it or not, was over at a friend's house today, and she used to be a very big customer. She hasn't been so much for a while, but she is currently moving house. And she wanted to get rid of a lot of her old stuff. And I said, look, I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I really don't need any more, but I'll take, I offered to, I took, there was a couple of punches, including a circle punch, 2.25, I think it was. And I haven't had one of those for years. That would be quite a good thing to be able to sell. And also she had a whole bunch of wooden stamps, and I said, I won't take the wooden ones because those are well and truly days gone by. But I took all the clear stamps and cling stamps that she had. All right. So this one here, I'm going to put this one down first. This is going to be like the anchor point, and then the others will all go around this one. So I'm going to put that right there. So that edge is just in from the edge of the base. And then I'm going to put, okay, let me see. I'm going to put one here and take the back off. So this is an easy card, isn't it? Look how easy this is. Anyone could do this. Now I will need a second, so that doesn't flap around. I'm going to need another one here. Right, so that's going to keep that in place. And then this one, let's do a couple behind that. So I'm sorry it took me a little while to get into it tonight. We had so much to talk about, didn't we? So what will we make indeed? Because I never know. So do I want to have one going? Yeah, maybe I'll have one here. I'll take this off. Move that here. And maybe here, and then maybe a white one in the middle that would have a greeting on it. What do you think about that idea? So this is the Greenery Lane stamp set that I'm using, this one. And this is the leaf I've just used. And I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind that. Let's put that right here. It's like doing a puzzle kind of, isn't it? Right. And so there's room here to put a white one. Okay, so if I grab a piece of white paper, I'm just going to grab a new piece. I should be going to the scrap drawer, but then I'd have to look for a piece of white I want thin white. I don't want the basic white. Sometimes it takes me a while going through I should separate the basic white thick and the thin white into different bins. That's what I should do. But at the moment, they're all in together. All right, so let's do this. And the first thing I want to do with this is I want to roll this one as well in. And I could stick with the same color. The pink on the white should stand out fairly well, but I could also go up to a darker color. Like I could go up to, say, Flirty Flamingo maybe, or Strawberry Slush. Which one will I have? Here For You or Love and Hugs? I think Here For You is not quite as big. How big will that be? It'll fit nicely on there. Here For You. There we go. And there's also little flowers in here. See these little flowers? I could add some of those too if I wanted to. And I could put them in between the leaves and I could even put them on here. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick with the leaf theme. I'm just looking to see if I've missed any comments. You have loads of punches. Yeah, me too. Although not so many at the moment because I think everyone knows this. I get rid of my stamps. I think I will go to a darker color. So let's go up to Flirty Flamingo. I feel like Melameba is too bright and Strawberry Slush would be okay. Right, this is Flirty Flamingo. Maybe I should have gone. I should have gone with the Strawberry Slush, I think. Never mind. That's fine. We'll just say that's good enough. And I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind that. And pop that right there in the middle. All right, now we're going to get our scissors, whatever scissors you have. I've got paper snips, but as we know, these are, well, they haven't been available for quite some time. I'm really hoping that we get some nice new paper scissors in our next catalogue coming out. Wouldn't that be good? And has everyone heard the news now that the annual catalogue is going to be no more? Is this news to anybody? Am I sharing secrets? We can discuss that if you would like. Anyone's interested in discussing that? Right. Yeah, wooden stamps you still use? Yeah, that's great. If you're still using them, go for it. They're perfectly good. And the rubber stamps were always amazing detail. They always look fabulous. All right, so I'm going to put that on here. And then we're going to need some, you love that news. Yeah, you know what? Most people have been very excited about it. And the reason why I'm excited about it is because, for a couple of reasons. I'll tell you why. I'm just going to, so the news is that this current annual catalogue that we have, when it finishes at the beginning of May, it is the last annual catalogue that Stampin' Up! Will have coming out in print. Instead, we will have 3 mini catalogues a year that go for 4 months each. Okay, so there'll be a May to August, a September to December, and a January to April. Okay, so January to April and September to December is what we currently have. And then we've had an annual that goes all year. But the problem with the annual, and you may have heard me say this before, has been for a long time that it comes out and everyone's very excited and we play with it like crazy for the first few months. And then we forget all about it because we have shiny new things in the September catalogue. Okay. So what will the new stamp pads be like? They will be very similar to what we have now, except they will be felt instead of foam. They will be well, they're nothing like what we have now. Let me just scrap what I just said. I'm going through thinking they're not the same or even a little bit like what we have now. So I said that because I was thinking they're a similar size. Okay, they are a little bit longer and a tiny bit thinner, but other than that, they're very similar size to what we have now, but they will be magnetic. There'll be no flipping. It'll actually have magnetic cases that just go together and come apart. Okay, so stamps will only last 4 months. No, that is not true. Instead, it will give them the freedom to be able to keep them as long as they need to and without having the commitment of a whole year. Okay, so what will happen is if they decide to keep a stamp, so for example, stamps we have now in our current mini may end up in the new mini. Okay, that may happen. Or if they're still available but not in the mini, they may become online exclusives. So we will be able to have stamps for longer than what we've had them before, and we'll also have more flexibility. So if a product runs out or is no longer available, for example, good example, these went out of stock and were unavailable shortly after the annual catalogue went live last year. They can't get them anymore because the company that made them went out of business. So these haven't been available in their annual catalogue for a long time, and people are still trying to buy them because, hey, they're in the annual catalogue, so they should be available. They aren't. But now they aren't tied to a product like that. So that is a great reason. But do you know what my absolute favorite reason is why the new catalog, the new catalog is going to be a mini? I had a new customer ask me only about a week, 2 weeks ago, that she would like me to send her the catalogs. And I did. I sent her the annual and the mini, like I always do to a new customer. And I don't charge for that. That's just something I do as a service for someone who makes a genuine inquiry. And it cost me $11.50, not counting the cost of the catalogs. It cost me $11.50 just to mail the catalogs. And we won't have that extreme price anymore for all the catalogs we have to send. Instead, we'll be able to send all the catalogs for the $5.50 or whatever it is that Australia Post is charging. I think that is fantastic. Okay, so yeah, it's really, really good. What the felt will be like? Well, we used to have felt, Leslie. We always had felt pads until we went to foam some years ago, and now they've gone back to felt. A number of reasons why, not the least of which is that there've been huge problems with the felt leaking. The foam leaking. A lot of my customers have experienced leaking pads. What do we think of the card? Do you like it? We need bling. Absolutely, we need bling. So I'm just grabbing that out. Some rhinestones would look good on this, I think. But I was looking to see if I have any of those strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. If I do, those would be perfect. Who else has got questions tonight? I'm happy to answer any questions that you ask, unless it's a question I'm not allowed to answer. Most questions I'm allowed to answer now. But there's a few that people might be, I just don't know. Okay, so we have the gold foil gems. Those are nice. The gold foil, what are they? Gold foil, yeah, iridescent foil gems is what they are called. But I'm looking for the strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems, because those would be amazing. Oh, these are nice too. These are the pearls from the Brush with Beauty stuff. Pearls of Beauty. Okay, those in the white. Maybe those. Those are beautiful. So let me throw some of those on. It's your favorite pink, Glenda. I know it's a good pink. It really is. And I'm wondering, where is my take a pic tool? Who knows? Oh, there it is. Found it. Stop looking. All right, so a bigger one. I'm going to put that down here. Actually, I could also tie a little bit of ribbon somewhere, but I don't know that I want to do that. All right, got this very simple little card. I was going to stamp around here and then I forgot about that because I was so busy talking, but I still think it's okay. What do you think? I think they will. They seem to, Felicity, they seem to be fairly sturdy from what I've seen. So yeah, I think they will. And they stack really nicely as well. So that's the other thing. Good question about the dyes being attracted to them. I am not sure, Sheila. And I'm just trying to get through all the comments, but the questions are coming fast and furious, and I can't keep up. Sorry, guys. The new catalog will become available. You'll get your when pre-order begins, which I think is the 24th of March from memory. I better double check that, but I think it's the 24th of March, which is not very far away. It's less than a month. Okay. And you'll be able to order your catalogs in pre-order, and there will be a complimentary catalog for all demonstrators in your first order once pre-order starts. So you won't have to wait until May. You'll be able to do it when pre-order starts in March. Okay. Let me see. Yes, yes, they do stick out a tiny bit further. That is right, Tanya, out of the storage. Okay. Will they cling to each other? Yes, they should cling to each other because that's when you stack them. They stay in their stacked piles really neatly, which is really great. You've seen everything shared online that came out in this week's news. Yeah, I know I know it's out there. I'm always really, really careful about what I share because I don't want to be doing the wrong thing. And if Stampin' Up doesn't specifically say we're allowed to share something, I won't. Okay, I just don't want to do that. I want to make sure I abide by what they request. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, kind of thing. And that's literally in my case. So, so yeah, I did see a post from our local Stampin' Up reps, which is Claire Langsford and Emma Parkin Wilson, and they basically said the same, that we could share things that were in the update. So demonstrators always find this kind of stuff out first, and I'm very grateful for that. I don't think I put this in the right way because I don't have room for my stamps. So I think that goes here. I should have paid more attention to how I took it out. Maybe that one goes here. There you go. There we go. That's good. Right, I'm counting. There are 15 stamps in this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, we did it. All right. So one card is done. I hope. Yes and no, Tanya. I had a bit of trouble with I don't know if the folder got stepped on or something, and the clips aren't lining up quite well, so I had to take some out. So at the moment, I've just gone through and sorted all the retired ones out, or the last chance ones, and so at the moment I've got them in bins, and then I am planning on going back to the folder system because I do like the folder system. Thank you, Lynn. I'm glad you like the pearls. That's good. You can't use current re-inkers on felt pads. Right. I don't know that it works for every single color, Cherie, and I think that's the thing. I think some colors have more issue than others. So if they're working for you, fantastic. Okay. But they have told us they will not reliably work. So so just bear that in mind. I'm looking to see what other questions I have missed. When can customers receive them? They will get them whenever, after you order them at the beginning of pre-order. Okay, just say you were to put an order in on the 24th of March and order catalogs. The customers will get theirs as soon as you give them to them. Or if you're doing the mailing selector, which is the demonstrator way of getting Stampin' Up to send them, you go in and tick the boxes of all the customers that you want to have receive them. That's at Stampin' Up's control, like the mailing house control, actually, not even Stampin' Up. So, and that usually happens in by maybe mid to late April, maybe around the 2nd or 3rd week of April, something like that. So, yep. The fastest way to get them is to order them yourself and give them out, or get them in the mail real fast. Let me see. Any other questions? What else have I missed? Thank you, Maureen. Glad you like it. I miss comments. Felt has there are advantages for foam and there are advantages for felt. Okay. And what Nicole and Cherie have said is right, that felt is more sturdy. And so, for example, for swiping, and you guys know I like to do a bit of swiping. Okay. So here is an example. If I pull out an ink pad, so I know I've swiped with Coastal Cabana. This one's not too bad, but where I have swiped down here, see how the ink pad is starting to break up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see it very well. I've got some that are worse. I'm just trying to remember which ones they are. Probably Pool Party, knowing me and my love for Pool Party. Let me see. Oh, that one's a new one. That one's a good one. But I know that some of the ones that I have used. Look at all my Pool Parties. I know some of them are not that in that good a shape. Maybe it's a different one. Yeah, this one. That one's bad. Can you see how it's all damaged? That's from swiping on the paper. Okay, so that's something I will look forward to with felt, being able to get that swipeability. That will be good. So there are pros and cons for any type of base. And there we go. I'm just excited about the new catalog. I think it's going to be great. And the new colors, I know they're lovely. I'm very happy with this year's selection. So it's going to be really, really good. Oh, thank you, Judy. Pre-order for new catalog and May online exclusives is March 24th. Thank you for confirming that. Appreciate that. Thank you. And yes, the question, Glenda, was yes, they do fit in, but not as neatly as the old ones. The old ones fitted in with very little room, whereas the new ones will go in and they stay in the hole, but they stick out a little bit more and they're a little bit narrower, so they sort of move around in there a little bit more. So not as neat a fit. That is correct. All right. Okay, let's move on. And I want to play with a new product. I'm going to use something that's going to be released next week. We have new online exclusives coming out next Tuesdays, and I got this one early on. It's called Flowers Fair. I actually was calling it Flower Fair, but it's not. It's got an S on the end of flowers, so I've got to remember. It sounds very poetic. Flowers Fair. You'll be sad to see Petunia Pop retire. See, my favorite colors. I thought my favorite colors. Okay, here are the retiring colors. These are the ones. All right. So there's this. This is the one we just used. This and this. If you, okay. Also, something you do need to know that I don't know if everyone understands this. The new ink pads are only going to be coming out in the new colors. Okay. All the other colors we currently have, except for these, because these are retiring. Okay. But all the other colors we have will still be available for another year in the existing foam pads. Okay. So just bear that in mind. Nothing's changing except the new colors, and then we'll all get time to adjust and and decide whether or not. And you don't have to get the new ink pads. You can stay with the ones you have. The colors will still work fine. So you don't have to change. All right. So I don't want people thinking that they have to change. These colors, however, are going. If you do not have refills for these colors, please get them now, because the first thing to go whenever we're in that last period before the changeover is the refills. Those go first. And then in pads and cardstock and other things, but refills are something you must grab, and blends, get those as well. Okay, so if you are after, for example, if you, like Lynn said, love Petunia Pop, you'll want to get the refill, you'll want to get the blend, you'll want to get whatever you need to get, the cardstock, whatever, in this color, so that you'll have to be able to use it for years to come. Okay, so exactly, Cherie, that is exactly right, what you just said about no guarantees. Correct. Right, so these are going. All right. Okay, so I've got a piece of, I'm going to start with a piece of basic white. I'm going to make a second card, and I am going to use the Stampin' Positioner so you all get to see it in action, because tomorrow is the last day to get your hands on one at the moment. Okay, so down the track, we don't know how far, but we've been told later in the year, Stampin' Up! Is going to bring out the Stampin' Positioner for general purchase. Everyone will be able to get it. It will be $86. But if you are thinking about joining Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator, and you do so by the close of business tomorrow, which is the 28th of February, you will be able to get all the things in your kit, plus the Stamp Positioner for free. Okay, the kit costs in Australia $169. And then for that price, $169, you get $235 worth of products of your choice. Anything you want for $235 worth, plus a Stampin' Positioner. And it's only going to cost you $169. It's an amazing deal, and I'm telling you about it because tomorrow is the last day. So if you're interested, you can do a couple of things. Okay. Oh yeah, the Stampin' Spots are felt. You're right. I don't know, Lynn. I don't think so. They've never hinted. I'd love it if they did, but they've never hinted that they would do that with the watercolor pencils. All right, I'm going to put here, this is my blog, lookwatimade.com.au. If you would like to join, you can go over there and click on the button that says join my team, and it will step you through exactly what you need to do to join. You don't need to add the Stampin' Positioner to your order. It will automatically be included. And the best thing about joining is that you get to be part of our amazing demonstrator community. And I think these are the most wonderful, wonderful people. I'm so grateful to belong to this group. So it's something that Stampin' Up! Has kind of got me out of a tight spot from more than once. And by that, I mean, when life has been really tough and really low, it's my Stampin' Up! Friends that have really pulled me through. And I'm always going to be grateful for that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a piece of basic white paper. Now you can put it down. Oh, I just realized I did something wrong. Okay. Because it's a background stamp, I need a bigger piece of paper to stamp it. So I'm actually going to grab another piece. Moment. And I'm going to cut just a full sheet in half. Okay. And you can put it, up here with the top in the placement in the corner there, or you can line it up straight. It really doesn't matter. It's not going to make a scrap of difference for this. All right. I'm deciding which way I want to go. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to line it up with the 0. There is a part of me that likes to do these things straight. I'm holding it on with magnets. And then I've got my, my top plate here. And we're going to put the Flowers Fair stamp onto the plate. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. I've only used it once before. This is a beautiful stamp. This is, I'm pretty sure, if I look, yeah, I've only used it once before. There you go. There's a card I made with it, and I coloured it in and just had a bit of fun with it, really. So I've used blends to colour that one, and I always used a pool party base and went around the outside of all the flowers in pool party as well, which is how I like to colour them when I'm using my blends. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lay this down. You can see the paper's considerably bigger than what I need, but that's okay. And we're going to position this over I'm going to put these close to this. And because it's a new stamp, it may grab onto the paper a bit, and that's okay if it does. It's not going to matter for this particular exercise. Now, I have noticed that if you have a bigger stamp and you push it down, one thing you can do is wait a few seconds and it will actually kind of release itself to a certain extent. So, or if you want to lift it up slowly, you can do that as well. But it doesn't matter in this case that it's moved, because I just want to stamp it really just once. So I'm going to ink it up. What color shall we do it in, guys? I know it's a beautiful stamp, Cherie. I agree. I'm just having a little look. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Every subscription, thank you so much, because every time someone subscribes, that helps me get seen by more and more people on YouTube. Okay, I'm actually going to do it in Pretty Peacock. I don't know why. Oh, you think grey, Leslie? You think grey? Oh, we could do that too. All right. Yours is a good idea. Let's do that. A light grey, like a smoky slate, or a grey granite. Maybe a light grey. That might be nice. Let's try a smoky slate. And if we don't like it, we can stamp it again, right? Just turn the paper over. Paper has 2 sides. That's what I love about it. It means you always get at least 2 chances. All right, making sure that it's inked up really well. And then I'm going to put it in position and I'm going to push it down. Now, the nice thing about this is that it should give me a really great image. And if it didn't, I can restamp, okay? So I'm going to just pick that up. Oh, no, that's fine. There we go. There's our grey, right? And I'm going to put that to one side. And I'm going to put in the other piece of paper. And we're going to do it again. Now, this could take quite a while, so I may not get this card finished on camera. I may have to post it tomorrow so you can see it. And if anyone wants to see the craft along video that I did, I showed that card earlier, the winged gatefold card. It is on my YouTube channel, and I would love it if you go and check that out. That was for Thursday's video. All right, so we're going to do it again. I'm going to do a second one on a separate piece of paper. And I also like to, count to 5 or so to give it time to transfer the ink. So I'm really, because it's such a big stamp, I'm giving it plenty of time and giving it a good hard press. Isn't that a nice stamp? We love that one. Love, love, love. All right. So I don't need this again now. Just remember, this is fantastic. It's such a great tool. It will be available from Stampin' Up! Later in the year. But if you want one now, the only way to get it is to join as a demonstrator this month. Okay, so that deal ends tomorrow. And I'm sad that the deal ends tomorrow because it's been a good one, but I get it. Right, so I'm actually going to, first of all, decide which one I want to have as my base. It doesn't really matter. Maybe this one. And I'm going to make this 14.3. I could cut it down even smaller if I wanted to, but I'm going to cut right here along this edge so it looks like the flowers are just going over the edges. And then we're going to make it come in at 10 centimeters. And let's see. Yep, that's good. All right, so I've got a little bit of room at the top. That looks really good, actually. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my flowers 3D, okay? So, oh, where are you, Sprinkle with Cards? Where are you? It's 5:40 p.m., so I'm thinking it's maybe in Europe somewhere. No, no, it isn't. Where are you? It's not. Maybe you're in India or somewhere like that. Anyway, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually, and this is why it could take quite a while, but this is the kind of card I like to do when I have a bit of time, okay? You can color in your card. You can color them first, and then you can select some that you would like to lift up and cut those out and pop them down over the top. And it gives you that real 3D look. So I think it's easier to color first. What color shall we color our flowers? Shall we go with some colors from the outgoing colors, or should we stick with some new colors? When I say new colors, I mean current colors. All right, I'm going to do a couple of peach. Maybe I'll make, you know what? I'm going to grab some daffodil. Ah, the Philippines. There we go. That makes sense. All right. So I'm going to do some little yellow daisies. And I don't know about you, but I actually really like watching. I just realized that I should have done. That might be enough. You know, I don't mind it being white on the edges. I love it that we have people here from all over the world on our Friday night videos. When this video is finished tonight, guys, I also have a Global Hot video going live at 9 p.m. So this one will finish a bit after 8:30, and then you'll be able to come back in less than half an hour and watch another video if you would like to. So I'm doing the darker color in the middle, and then I'm working my color out. You can be quite quick with the blends. You don't need to be precise with them. I mean, there are times to be precise, but this is not one of them. So it makes me go quiet. I'm sorry, it's not very riveting. Is it riveting? I hope it is, but I don't feel like it is because I feel like I have to be quiet when I'm concentrating on coloring. So I'm using daffodil for the little daisies. And then I think we should go to maybe some peach. Let's try that. So we have peach pie here. I'm going to do 2 at a time. You don't want to do too many at a time because the blends work best if you use them to blend when they're wet. So for that reason, you don't want to be doing, coming back after, doing all the dark bits and then come back. You're better off to do a couple of flowers at a time. And this is dark peach pie, but I just realized, I don't think I have Timid Tiger. And Timid Tiger would also be a really good color for this. Timid Tiger is the new in colours, or when I say new, the ones that came out last year. They're going to be the old ones soon, aren't they? How's that looking? Looking all right? Outgoing colours. That's right, Lynn. Yeah. Hello, Heidi. Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm taking risks and doing 3 flowers at a time there. I'm trying to rush it a little bit. Sorry. And really, colouring shouldn't be rushed. Do you agree? Colouring and cutting, I think, are 2 things that shouldn't be rushed. I actually really like fussy cutting. And I know not everyone shares that view. Not some people do not like fussy cutting. Let's have a vote in the comments. Yes or no? Do you like fussy cutting? Yes or no? And I know some people find it hard, and I get it. I get that. Deciding, do I want granny apple green for the leaves, or lemon lime twist, which is this one is lemon lime twist, or old olive, which is a bit dark. Actually, old olive, no, because I think my old olive, I need a new old olive. This is old olive, and it will work if I use the skinny end, but not as well if I use mossy meadow would be okay too, but it's not as bright. What do we think? Oh, I'm missing comments. I'm so sorry. People say yes. And Stanton said with a capital Y. Wow. And Cherie, fussy cuts a lot. I know. Leslie said no. And that's okay. You do not have to do it. That's what we have dyes and punches and trimmers for, right? Shy Shamrock. Oh, okay. We could. That's a very, very bright green. But yes, we could. Shall we do that? I do have Shy Shamrock. I also have Summer Splash as well, which would maybe be a little softer. Let's do. You said Shy Shamrock, Marilyn. Let's go with it. Let's do it. Oh, and there's some more flowers there to do. I think they'll be pretty petunia pop ones. And then I'm going to use my lighter one to do the blending. So you can see why this takes a while. And then there's fussy cutting. So I'm just going to add some on the smaller ones. I'm going to add just the light one just to make it go a little faster. It's a bigger one, so I'm going to add a bit of darker color on that one. We also have, for anyone who doesn't know this, we also have these. This is a color lifter. Does everyone know how to use a color lifter? Like I went outside the lines here. So if I was worried about that, which I'm actually not, but if I was, you can come along here with your color lifter and it will actually get rid of your mistake to a certain extent. Okay, it lifts the color out as the name suggests. So, well, Marilyn, I don't mind the darker Shy Shamrock. I don't mind it. It's brighter than I was expecting, like thinking originally of my card being, but I don't mind it at all. Got little tiny leaves here. So I'll do one flower and pop it up so we can see what it looks like, and then I'll come back in the next day or two and show you what it looks like when it's complete. You'll have to check out. I post my creations usually on Instagram, and then I just realized, how long has that banner been up there? Goodness me, what is wrong with me? I'm so sorry. All right, so this is the lighter one. So let me come in here with the lighter one. I was thinking how nice this particular stamp would be with embossed in maybe gold or silver on a darker background or on a medium background, or even, gold on white would look nice as well. You could do a lot with this. It's a really nice stamp. It's called Flowers Fair, for anyone who's wondering, and it will be available from next Tuesday, along with a whole bunch of other fun things that I haven't even shown you yet. So We did do a walkthrough of all these products with the team on Thursday night. I had Ellen Woodbridge and Denise McCabe and Courtney Houston all helping on that video, and we had a lot of fun. I am very, very blessed to have most wonderful group of girls in our team, and I'm very, very thankful for them. And we love to get together and do walkthroughs because it's fun for the team and it's fun for us too. Oops, there's a leaf I completely missed. Oh, and there's a daisy I've hardly touched as well. Let me do the light a bit here. I'm looking here to see what comments I've missed. There's not many of those flowers on that side. Let's use this. I missed that daisy down here. And I missed this leaf. And I'm going to say that's done enough. All right. Now that it's colored, remember this is where they're actually going to end up. So what you would want to do is you'd want to cut one out. Let's do the very top one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it ever so slightly outside the line. And when you're cutting, here's some tips on cutting, okay? Try and move your paper more than you move your scissors. So I'm holding my scissors relatively still and curving my paper as I come around. And that gives you a much, much smoother cut line. Now I'm just going to cut this whole bit out because it's easier to cut when you're not dealing with the whole great big piece of paper. This is much easier to cut from a small piece like this. And there's something very, very soothing about doing this. I'm just going to come in and get close. And same thing, I'm going to turn my paper rather than my scissors. And that just helps you get around those lines much more smoothly and cleanly. And you don't have to be perfect, but you try and leave just that little bit of a gap between the outside line and the cut line. And the reason you do that, if you cut right on the cut line, it doesn't look as finished. It's much, much, much less forgiving. All right, so this is my flower now. And so this flower is going to go on dimensionals. Got a couple left on this sheet. 1 and 2 right next to each other there. And it is going to go right here on top of the other one. And this is how it looks. It's such a nice... That's probably true, Cherie, because it's like you're using a different part. Oh, Tanya, I'm telling everyone the wrong thing. Oh, man, I'm so, so sorry. Tanya is right, guys. And thank you, Tanya, for being on the ball. The joining special doesn't end tomorrow. I'm telling everyone it ends tomorrow. It ends on the 2nd of March. They gave us a couple more days because it's a short month, I think. What? I was going to say idiot, but I don't say those things about myself. Well, what a silly Billy. How about that? Thank you for pulling me into line and being the smarter person around here, Tanya. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, it ends 2nd of March. You're right. And here am I thinking it's ending tomorrow. In fact, I think I even said that in my most recent newsletter. I said it ends tomorrow. Oh, no. Ah. Dearie me. There's too many things happening at the moment, isn't there? My brain is full, you guys. It's not taking any more information in right now. I'm pretty sure I said that in the newsletter. It was coming to an end. Well, it is coming to an end, but it's a couple of days. It's not until Monday because the 2nd of March is Monday. They do normally end at the end of the month, but this time it didn't. And it's thrown me for a loop. And probably you guys as well. Because you all believe whatever I tell you, right? Hopefully not. Because I don't always tell you the right thing. Ah, dear. All right. A couple more dimensionals under here. So I wanted to give you the idea of what this is going to look like. And I just realized I did all those leaves and I should have not done the leaves because the leaves will stay on here. I won't be cutting those out as well. What? Really? My brain is full. I told you so. But look how nice this looks. Doesn't that look good? There is a lot to remember. You guys are all too kind. All too kind. Okay, so this is how this is going to be. But now that I coloured all those leaves, and I will stick with the show shamrock, Marilyn, I'm going to have to go back and do them on here because on here only the petals are going to be lifted. Everything else will be flat. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to do? So I'm going to put this card here, even though we didn't do that one, just so you can see kind of what it's going to look like. Except you're going to be putting these flowers on here, okay, on this background. The colours look good together, don't they? Now, who's having a stamp anniversary? I'm going to go back up. Oh, Sheila's stamp anniversary. How many years? Does the team challenge also end on the 2nd of March? No, it ends on the 28th of February. That one I can tell you for sure, Marilyn. It's the February team challenge, which means we'll have a new one going up for early March. I'm trying to get better at getting them out really early in the month instead of, a week in. You love the splash. Do you know, I don't know whether I 100% like this or not, but I just did it on a whim to match the flowers. And you like it, Tanya? It's good to know that somebody likes that. So I'm going back and it's your 2nd stamp anniversary. Wow, Sheila. I just had thought you were a demonstrator for years. I really did. So I hope you get the idea. Even if you chose not to colour the leaves, it would still look really nice. I think that'd be a really lovely look. Or you could, but I think because we went to the effort of colouring them, I really should colour them again. So, all right, let's come back to me. There I am. How do we go? How do we go tonight? We doing all right? So let's see what time it is. Okay, 21 minutes from now, the Global Stampin' Video Hop will go live here on my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you would like to see some more crafting, and it's a fun fold card. I showed it very, very briefly. I'll show it to you really briefly again. This is the card that you're going to be seeing me make in the 9 o'clock video. Okay, so that's using the Painted Illusions paper, which has been our product of the month this month, and that's still going. If you spend $125, you can get your hands on that paper, or the Fabulous Sayings stamp set, either one for $9. Okay, Fabulous Sayings was the January product of the month club, and last time I checked, here in Australia, that is still available. It was still available earlier today. So I know in the US it has sold out, but here it's still available. Any questions before I take off? We've got friends coming for dinner tomorrow night, so that'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. That's a good excuse to clean the house. You know how it is when you've got people coming. And also, I'll hit the recipe books and decide what I'm going to cook. Oh, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Yeah, I love how simple this was and how it turned out. That turned out really, really nicely. And the other one, I'm still working on it, but you get the idea. You like the Flowers Fair card? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's a lovely stamp. And the good thing about using a stamp positioner is you can make sure you get a really good image, because sometimes with background stamps, you can miss a little bit because they're so big. So with the stamp positioner, you get that perfect stamping. So that's great. All right, you guys, have a lovely weekend, all of you as well. Thank you to everyone who's showed up here tonight. And just remember, I'm really grateful that you keep showing up for me, and I will keep showing up for you. So have a fantastic weekend. I will see you all again soon, next Tuesday for Technique Tuesday. And of course, the team member, I'll see you. If the team, I will see you on Monday morning in our group. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Bye.